Hey mans, what's up? It's me, Isabela Martinez, or Isabela Jumex, and welcome back to my channel. For today, I thought it would be fun to show you guys what I do when I have a foundation that is way too dark and how I brighten it. There's a lot of ways you can brighten foundation. You can mix in a lighter shade, which I do sometimes. You can even sometimes mix it with like a lotion because that makes it a little bit lighter. I don't recommend doing that all the time, the lotion one. But how do we change it when it's already on our face? That's what I'm going to show you guys. So I have with me the darkest foundation I think I have. And so I have with me today the darkest foundation I have. This bad boy. This is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Full Coverage Foundation Concentrate. And this was on sale. So okay, let me explain why I got a shade that's way too dark. It was on sale. It was either that one or like porcelain, so I just picked this one. So I'm getting a new shade though. I saved up. Alright, so the shade that I have, also I didn't read the description. I just saw the color. It looked a lot brighter on my app. But this is for like deeper skin tones. So this is in the shade Honey Light. Let's begin. So I already primed my face. I use my Cover FX mattifying primer. I haven't really worn it. This is actually my first time wearing it, so I'm testing it out. And then I use a little bit of my No Problem on my nose and on my cheeks where I have my big pores. So let's go in. So the reason why I love this foundation, because it is so matte and I have oily skin. It has the most full coverage. In my opinion, if I'm going to spend a lot of money on a foundation, I'm going to get a full coverage foundation where I only need to put it on a little bit so it lasts longer. I don't want to buy a really sheer foundation that's not going to last more than like 2 months. So that's why I use this, because literally I don't dip in twice. So first we're going to put it on, and yes, it's going to be very orange, but that's how it's going to start out, and then we're going to make it lighter. Okay. So I focus mainly on the perimeter of my face, just a little bit on my nose in the center. And we're just going to blend in. I'm using a what is this? I can't even read it. This is an IT Cosmetics brush, and this is the 101. It's dirty. Look at that. That's not my shade. That's not even my tan shade. Yeah, it's not. But remember, this looks awful. But it might be different, so just keep on watching. Oh, I forgot to mention, subscribe. Look like a Cheeto. I do get a lot of compliments when I wear this foundation. I feel like no one's gonna believe me. But I do get a lot of compliments on my skin, even though a lot of people say it settles into their lines, and it does sometimes exaggerate my pores. But if you just use a pore filling primer in your trouble spots, you're fine. I'm always so messy when I do my foundation that after I'm done I have to take a makeup wipe and wipe my just on my eyebrows so I can get all that foundation out. Because when I use my clear gel, since I only use that, it changes the color of the gel and it grosses me out, and then I have to buy a new one because I just can't. Don't forget your ears. Just really lightly though, because I'm not gonna put powder on my ears to brighten. So once you put on your foundation, now it's time to slowly start changing the shade. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna highlight everywhere. So my two highlighters that I'm using, my two concealers that I'm using is the Tarte Shape Tape in light medium, and then the ColourPop No Filter concealer in beige 25. It's a little bit pink, like a little too pink, but the two will mix together well. Alright, so let's start. So I'm concealing. And I'm going to take this one, and this is where I'm really going to go in highlighting. So my chin. Right there on my nose. Just to help neutralize so when I blend it out it doesn't look too pink. When you let your concealer sit for a few more extra minutes, it adds more coverage to your base. But since we already have such a full coverage, I'm blending it out now. Such a full coverage foundation, I don't want to do that. And also ColourPop concealers tend to dry pretty quickly. So for my, where I highlighted on my jaw, I'm blending upwards. And to get spread it out, I'm kind of doing rolling motions, like dab and roll. And I always do my under eyes last. Okay. Now we're gonna set it in. Oh, I forgot a brush. Hold on. Alright, so now that I've blended in my concealer, the next thing to do is we're going to set the face. So I'm going to first start, right now I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way. And I'm just pressing it in. Just so that doesn't crease right away. So we all know the term baking. Baking is when you put a lot of translucent powder, like usually under your eyes, and to help set, but it also helps highlight. So what we're going to do, instead of just baking under here, we're actually going to bake the entire face because that's going to help brighten the foundation. And for that, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, but since I do still get oily around my nose, just around my nose with my beauty sponge, I'm going to press in the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder, matte powder. So now I'm going to press it in all around my nose. Now we're going to start baking the entire face, and we're going to let it sit for a few minutes, and then we'll come back. If you have dry skin, honey, wrong channel. Alright, so now that I have a lot of powder on my face and some in my eyes, we're going to pause this, you know, get a little snack, get a little something, and then we'll come back maybe like 10 minutes, and then we're going to wipe this off, and then we're going to put even more powder. Oh god, I looked crazy. Okay, be back. I'm going to eat my leftover Mexican food. Whew, I'm back. Alright, so now that my face has been baking for probably like 15 minutes, now we're going to dust it off. But, so I have two face powders that I use. Well, they're the same thing, but different shades. So I always use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder. And so and the two shades that I go between when I'm like really fair or when I just want to highlight with it sometimes, I use the shade 300, which is nude beige. And then for my whole face, I use 500, which is sun beige. And if we need a little bit extra highlight, I do have a banana powder, like a pressed powder. Alright, so first I'm going to go into nude beige with my brush. This is a Morphe E53. Oh my, really pack it on. And I'm going to start brushing away all this translucent powder. Okay, let's take a look. So as you can tell already, my face is not nearly as orange as it was. And that mainly, honestly, is just, I would say, be very strategic with your concealer. And that's, honestly, you can just do that. I do a little bit extra just, but also it's because I have oily skin, so I really pack on powder. But you can see it matches much better. It's not an exact match, but no one cares. For a little extra highlighting, I'm going to take this banana powder from Anastasia. If you guys, I'm thinking I want it instead, as I was saying, if any of you guys have the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, do you think it's better than the Anastasia? Because I feel like, I just feel like this isn't pigmented enough for me sometimes. I really pack on the powder. Alright, so I'm going to highlight a little bit around my face with this powder, just to really help. Now, we need to do something very important. A little bit of contour. We're not going to go heavy on bronzer because I feel like that's just going to make my foundation look a little bit darker. I will put a little bronzer on my neck, just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to use my Anastasia palette, even though I just kind of shitted on it. And I'm going to use the shade right here. And I'm just going to slightly contour a little bit. Using a Morphe E33. My favorite contour brush. I used to just go like here, but I started going this way now. I don't know why, but I always contour first. I don't know, it just makes more sense. I'm not doing anything crazy, so I have to film a different thing after this. Okay, so I'm gonna do, so this is pretty much the finished look, but I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup off camera and then we'll be back. Hi guys, I'm back with my finished makeup. I don't know why I said hi. Anyway, so this is a foundation after like setting and doing other foundation. I was filming another video, so that's why my makeup looks so like a lot right now. But it doesn't really look super off. I mean, it's not the exact shade, but who cares, right? So this is how I will change my foundation if I need to. Hopefully it helped you guys out if you have foundation that's too dark and you just want to still wear it, but you don't want to have to mix in a bunch of different foundations. Yeah, some of it could be excessive, that big word, but that's just what I do. If you guys want to see more videos where I do like makeup tips and stuff like that, please let me know by liking this. And that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, like, comment, subscribe, whatever the other people say, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Catch it.